Okay, hold on to your hats, Emmerdale fans, because what just unfolded in the Dales is going to leave you absolutely reeling. Seriously, if you thought you'd seen it all with Robert Sugden's dramatic return and his ongoing saga with John and Aaron, you were wrong. So wrong. Because today the unthinkable happened. It's a moment that will forever be etched into the history of Emmerdale, a shockwave that's going to ripple through the village, affecting everyone we love. I'm talking about Victoria and Robert. Yes, you heard me, Victoria and Robert, and a car accident. Now, before you panic and jump to the worst conclusions, though, let's be real, given Emmerdale's track record, your mind is probably already there. Let's rewind a little. We all know Robert's been back in the village, a whirlwind of chaos and unresolved trauma from his time in prison. He's been lashing out, having nightmares, and frankly, he's been a raw nerve, a ticking time bomb. Victoria, bless her heart, has been trying so hard to be there for him, to support him, to help him navigate this new, fractured reality. She's seen the pain in his eyes, the shadows that prison has cast over him. She's been patient, understanding, despite him accidentally hurting her last week in a nightmare-induced frenzy. She wanted her brother back, the real Robert, and she was willing to fight for him. And then there's John. Oh, John, the new husband of Aaron, the man who's been steadily poisoning everyone against Robert, pulling strings, making life utterly miserable for his half-brother. We've seen him at his manipulative worst, subtly twisting things, trying to get Robert sent back to prison, even reportedly drugging him and leaving him unconscious in the back of a van just days ago. This feud, this toxic rivalry between the Sugden brothers has been building to an unbearable crescendo. The tension has been so thick you could cut it with a Dale-sized knife. Today, though, it all came to a head in the most devastating way possible. Picture this. It was a seemingly ordinary afternoon. Victoria, ever the optimist, was still trying to find a way to break through to Robert, to get him to open up about what truly happened to him in prison. She believed in him, despite everything. Meanwhile, John was, as usual, lurking, plotting, stirring the pot. Details are still emerging, but what we know is this. There was a confrontation, a heated argument, the kind that makes your stomach clench just watching it unfold. Robert, already on edge, was pushed too far. Maybe it was John's taunts, maybe it was the culmination of his own inner torment, but something snapped. And then, in a blur of desperate escape, or perhaps a reckless pursuit, a car was involved. We've seen Robert in car crashes before, haven't we? Remember that terrifying White family crash that cost Chrissy and Lawrence their lives, and very nearly Rebecca hers? Robert was central to that, chasing after Seb. He's got a history with cars and high-stakes drama on the roads at Emmerdale. But this time it feels different, because this time it's Victoria. Reports from the scene are fragmented, but the immediate aftermath was pure, unadulterated chaos. Sirens wailing, flashing lights cutting through the darkening Dale's sky, the sickening sound of twisted metal, the desperate cries of onlookers. It was a scene of utter devastation, a visceral punch to the gut for anyone watching. And then the worst part, Victoria and Robert, both involved. The initial reports are grim. Paramedics rushed to the scene, their faces grim, working frantically. The air was thick with fear and unspoken questions. Is Victoria okay? What about Robert? What has John's venomous interference led to this time? The village is in shock, absolutely, stunned. You can practically hear the collective gasp echoing from every living room across the nation. This isn't just another Emmerdale crash. This feels like a pivotal, heartbreaking turning point. Victoria, the backbone of so many storylines, the innocent caught in the crossfire of Robert and John's escalating war. And Robert, the complex, troubled soul who was only just finding his footing, attempting to reclaim some semblance of a normal life. We don't have all the answers yet, and that's what makes this so incredibly difficult. The uncertainty is excruciating. Is this the end for one of them? Will this be the tragedy that finally breaks the Sugden family, or will it be the catalyst for a desperate, impossible reconciliation? How will Aaron react to this? He's already caught between two brothers, one who's been his soulmate and the other his husband. This is going to tear him apart. And John, what will be his role in all of this? Was he directly involved? Did his actions, his relentless manipulation, indirectly lead to this horrific incident? The villagers will be looking for answers, and they'll be looking at John, There's no escaping the shadow that falls over him now. This isn't just a storyline, folks. This is a punch to the gut. It's a moment that reminds us how fragile life is, how quickly things can spiral out of control when old wounds fester and new rivalries ignite. We've invested years, even decades, in these characters, their triumphs, their heartbreaks. And to see them in such peril, it's genuinely heartbreaking. So, what do we do now? We wait. We watch. We hold our breath and hope against hope that somehow, from the wreckage of this shocking, devastating car accident, some glimmer of light, some path to healing will emerge. But make no mistake, Emmerdale will never be the same after today, and neither will our hearts. Keep them in your thoughts, folks. Keep Victoria and Robert in your thoughts. This is going to be a long, difficult road ahead.